217 Recovery Podcast. We are back. It is the 29th of October. Halloween is just a couple days away. My name is Corey Winfield.
I'm Ryan Beckman.
This is the 217 Recovery Podcast. We talk about recovery. We talk about life. We talk about life in recovery. Our life. We're not doctors, therapists, anything like that, but we're having fun, man. We're doing our thing, and appreciate you listening. Whatever platform or whatever app you're listening from, thank you. Make sure to share it with your friends. But Ryan, since Halloween is just around the corner, man, we got to tell some scary stories. I know you really want to tell your story about how you went as a beer can or something.
That's for Halloween, Corey.
Oh, okay. Well,
you're just ruining everything.
All right. Well, you said it the other day.
A beer bottle, actually.
Makes a big
I called myself Beer Man.
All right. So we'll wait for that story.
It's not really much of a story.
I can't wait. Better not let us down.
No, you just heard it all. Ruining my life, Corey.
I have a true life ghost story. I have many of them, but I have one that I'm going to tell you later on. But first, I want to recap what happened yesterday. We were in Gaylord, and we were at the fan community.
Yeah, not today.
Town hall meeting. We got some guests in the house tonight, Chris, and I just not that we're saying their names or anything, but yeah, we're having a good time with them, and a couple of them really want to do a podcast, so I might let them try a little something out. Got nothing to lose there, and
see what they got.
Keeps them sober. We're gonna let them. But yesterday we were at the Families Against Narcotics town hall meeting in Gaylord, and I had to be the moderator. Which I went up there and said a few things and just, hey, here's what we're doing, and I forgot half the stuff I was supposed to say, but nobody knew that.
Yeah,
keep it pushing. But it was an honor to be there, though. It really was. Thanks to Joyce, thanks to Linda, and everybody from Families Against Narcotics. They came up to us. They were very nice. Wanted to know more about us, and I wanted to know more about them. So they gave me a business card, and they have a link on our website too. It's 217recovery.com. Go to resources, you'll find them. And if you're a family member, maybe you have members of your family, and they just aren't understanding what's going on, have them reach out, and maybe you can start a group in your hometown, because a lot of families just don't know what to do. And you can share stories. It's not like Al-Anon, but it's a place where you can come together, ask the questions that you need to ask, and
get help.
Yeah.
So you can help them and help yourself.
But check it out if you're interested, 217recovery.com/resources, and it'll take you to Families Against Narcotics. But Ryan, so I know you're wanting to hear the story so bad.
What story?
The haunted story.
Oh.
So, this comes from my time down south. I lived in a house in Fort Smith, Arkansas. And I was staying up there with this girl, right? It was my house, though. Don't get that twisted. And when I moved in the house, it had been redone. Like, they smashed down everything and rebuilt it. And that's what caught my eye. I'm like, cool, because I don't want to fix anything. So everything was brand new. And so I moved in, and I used to watch ghost hunter shows, and I would just say that's the biggest scam ever. Like, these people are getting paid to produce nothing. Like, every episode ends the same way. Nothing. Where's my ghost? And they were getting paid, I'm like, man, this is a scam. And I actually talked about it on the air before at my radio show. So I didn't believe in ghosts. I was like, whatever, man.
You run around with like a Geiger counter or something and try to check the electrodes in the air.
Did you hear that? Ooh, yeah. Ooh, did you hear? Oh, that was just a cat. Come on, man. So that's my experience with that. Until
you had a real experience.
Well, here's the thing. The girl that had moved in, the woman that had moved in, she had a Ouija board. And I told her to never use it in my house. Now, I don't know if she did or not, but up until...
she put a curse on you.
Yeah. I think she might have been playing around with it, even though I told her not to. And so I think there was something that she maybe had kicked up, because I didn't have any problems for that. But of course, I was always drunk too, so I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't have heard something and been able to snap a quick pic or anything, but I don't know. So this night, she was over. I think at that point she might have lived there. Anyway, So she wanted to play this little game on her phone where it was called like the Ghost app or the Ghost speaker. You ask it questions and it throws back answers, and it's like they use on TV, but it's an app. And I refused to pay for it. I was like, I'm not paying $2.99 for that dumb stuff. So she paid for it on her phone, and we started off with it. And she's asking it questions, and it's just stupid, And
what's her name?
What's whose name?
Who paid for the app?
Johnny.
Oh, Johnny, come home.
Yeah.
All right.
It was a woman. But anyway, so she pays for the app. She gets it, starts asking questions, and it's not really doing too much. And then all of a sudden, it kind of started hitting back a little bit to her questions. She would ask it, like, do you know where my boyfriend's from? And it said Mitten. I'm like, well, if it's going to say Mitten, why the hell didn't it just say Michigan? And she's like, well, what else? It said beaches, and and she asked, what do we call my boyfriend? And it said Yankee, and I'm like, well, okay. And
so it knew you pretty good, huh?
And it's, I don't know. And I was kind of like, yeah, okay, this is just like, why didn't it just say awesome person? Why does that have to say Yankee?
Well, so still with something like that with an app, wouldn't you just want to believe like they looked up, your information is on the internet, so it could relate to a past place you lived in, and it knows Michigan. You're in the South, and knows that South people call North people Yankee. There's a beach in every town in Michigan. Basically, there's lakes everywhere. So, I mean, it would kind of be easy to get that out of it.
Okay. So then it says kitchen. And it's like, you want us to go in the kitchen? And I said, yeah. So I was like, all right, let's go to the kitchen. So we go in the kitchen. And then it starts telling us that it was a 16-year-old girl and that she had died in an automobile accident, and her name was like Courtney or Heather, or I don't remember, Haley or something like that. But no.
One of those five?
Well, yeah, but I know, I could play the name for you because I have it on audio, but that's part of another story. Maybe that's for the Halloween night. Yeah.
Ooh, it gets deep.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. So we go in there and it's telling us all this stuff, and then she's like, can you see us? And it said, yeah. And she's like, you can see my boyfriend? And it said, yeah. And she's like, okay, well, what's he look like? And it said goatee. At that time, I just had a goatee, and it said earrings. And I'm like, the hell? And then she's like, do you know his name? And it said Winfield. I was like, that's enough of that. Let's close this shit up. I was like, no more for me, man. Because what we're talking to, if it's anything, is the devil. Like, it's not, I'm not going to reconnect with my grandma over this thing, like, whatever we're talking to is evil.
Yeah.
Like, no angel's going to come down and start talking through a stupid little app you got for $2.99 and going to be hanging out with you to do cool things. So I shut it down. I was like, nope. I was like, turn that off immediately. We need some prayer up in here. And it just really freaked me out, man.
You got to burn some sage.
Yeah, well, I had the ghost hunters of Fort Smith, the River Valley Paranormal people come out, and like I said, I'll save that for Halloween night when it's really scary. Ooh, Devil's Night. But no, man, that really freaked me out. So the next weekend, I come home from work, and when you walk in my house, you walk in, you got a big living room, and then you walk down this hallway. But right before you get to the hallway, there's a bedroom. That was the front bedroom, and that was our bedroom at the time. You walk down the hallway, and there's two other bedrooms and a bathroom, another bathroom back there. So I'm standing by the front bedroom, and she's like, you want to play with the app tonight? And I was like, no. And as I said that, the door behind me slammed shut. Like, it didn't just, no, it was like, wham! And we both like freaked out, and I was like, see, that's why we're not playing with that. And then I had to go, but it was pretty freaky, man. I saw a dude in the house one time. That really freaked me out too. And none of this stuff really freaks you out until after it happens. Because first,
what did he look like?
He had a white shirt, he had jeans, and his hair was kind of looked like 70s ish. It was kind of down to his shoulder length, kind of. And he went, as I opened my front door and started looking down the hallway, he went from my back bathroom area, like, through to the kitchen. And I dropped it because I had just bought a new vacuum. And I dropped the vacuum. I was like, hey. And I run into the kitchen. Nobody. What? And I was like, well, what the hell, man? So I go and I check my alarm system to see who would close the door, open the door, if he got in the window. Nope. The only thing open and closed was me leaving and me coming back. But it doesn't really freak you out till you realize, like, what, because it looked like a dude, like a real person. It wasn't see-through nothing. I just saw a dude walk. And I'm like, what the hell? And then when you start realizing, okay, well, what the hell did just happen? Like, so much time has passed. You're not really scared because people would ask me, well, aren't you scared of that? Like, didn't that freak you out? And it's like, no. Like, I've heard somebody scream bloody murder. Like, it was the weirdest thing because it was a full-fledged scream, but it was at such a frequency that you know it wasn't somebody outside. And the people that were in the house with me heard it too. Go outside, nothing. Like, it's nuts, man. But it didn't really scare me until, like, because I'd always try to debunk stuff. And right before I moved back to Michigan, I kept hearing this song over and over, man. And I was like, what is going on? Like, I know it's not in my head. Maybe it could have been. But I kept hearing it. It was like, don't go, whatever the song was, like, don't go. And I'm like, I'm going.
Well, there's only one thing we can do now, Corey. We have to have an exorcism for you.
You want me to show you something really freaky, dude? No, for real. The Google car drove by my house and caught a picture of it. Let me pull it up.
A picture of the dude?
No, the ghost.
Oh, yeah.
It's 1101 South, it's S period, 24th Street.
Everybody be looking it up.
They can. Look it up. Street, Fort Smith, Arkansas. Smith, Arkansas, 72901.
Crazy Google Earth stuff.
No, dude, this will freak you out. We're just pulling it up now. Boom. Street view. Oh, did they take more pictures? Oh, they must have. Wait, hold on. This is on Zillow. I don't think this is what I want. No.
And he's in the window or something, or what?
Yeah. If you look at the street view from the front.
Wouldn't you want to go to, like, Google Earth?
Here you go. Yep, it's the front. Okay, you can zoom in and you can see the front window. What does it look like to you?
Curtain.
Okay. What's that there?
What's what?
What's this?
The window opening.
Oh,
The shade.
so somebody's back there, huh?
What if it was just your kitty cat?
Way up there, bro?
In the window?
Nico gets behind it. This is one shade. Because I was cheap and that was because after she left, that got turned into my guest room. And I remember she left that bag out there and I was defiant by not picking it up. I was going to teach her. So I left the bag there. So she had already moved out.
I was defiant. So
that's where I parked.
Learning you.
I parked right in front. Yeah.
Let's
so
grab my bag.
No, plus she's not allowed in that room. She never went in that room, especially when it was the guest room. So even if she was, she would have jumped behind it. Nico doesn't. And it's 5-6 feet up in the air. So nobody's in the house. That's the guest room. I'm not there.
I don't see anybody in the window.
I don't see anybody in the window, but something is pulling the curtain back.
The curtain is definitely drawn.
Yeah. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. You want to see something even better? Watch this. We'll go to my neighbor's house. Go back to the neighbor in the back. Oh, you're going to love this, Ryan. This is some Arkansas stuff right for you.
Sorry, everybody. We're just on a Google Earth adventure.
Yeah.
Cruising down the streets of Fort Worth.
Fort Smith.
Smith?
Yeah, I never lived in Fort Worth. I lived in Dallas, though. Oh, we gotta go back.